mental experience here. My name is Tanner Greenring.
Sunday. Tuesday.
My name is Titanner.
Whoa. Titan.
Titan.
I like Titan. I like the line.
Titanner.
Yeah.
And I'm joined as always by Fleorgus.
Florgus. I don't get the Sunday monster truck rally intro.
Fielorgus, not for Florgus. Ugh.
I didn't like seeing it again, and it was tough. The one that we fought.
Not for me. Maybe for you. Not for me.
I mean, it's not like I was on the ropes, but like, we finally had some challenging battles. I did it.
I was absolutely not on the ropes because, as you were commenting on before we got into the
when
report,
I took one look at the notes,
my levels have gotten a little out of control.
I was trying to like not fight many people and Pokemon to keep my levels like lower so that I can have some actual like challenge.
I need to fall on my sword because last week you and I and our friend Greg Leatherman were in the heat of battle.
Mm-hmm. Which I decimated both of you at.
Yep. And I got a Slack from my boss at work saying that something I published to the internet for
humble brag that you have a job.
Lots of people to look at.
Yeah.
Had a glaring error in it. And I was trying to fix the error while battling you and recording with Greg, and it didn't go well, and I had to excuse myself quickly.
Mm-hmm.
But it sounds like you and Greg made a lot of executive decisions on what we were getting up to this week.
I just kind of threw it to him, and this is what he inflicted on all of us.
That's fine.
Us and the bug catchers.
Because you texted me then later that evening after the calamity had ended.
Calamity Tanner.
It was easy to fix, and I probably could have like rejoined you guys even, but at that point it was just like, I was out.
Did you hear the outro? I think we did a pretty good job.
Yeah, great.
Good.
You guys should do a podcast together.
Yeah, maybe we will.
Leatherman and Finger is kind of fun together, but you'd have to really commit to adopting Bobby's last name.
I am in the process of changing my middle name, and I'm thinking about also adding his in there.
Mm.
We didn't change him.
Throw mine in there too.
Yeah.
Just for fun. I'll put Joshua in my name somewhere. If you'll put
that
Tanner
would
in
sound
yours.
nice. You get Green Ring in there. It's a real mess. Joshua O'Connor, Finger. Wait, what would the order be? Joshua O'Connor, Green Ring, Finger, Fjellstad.
That is a mess.
That's a mess. That is a mess.
Let's talk about what you and Greg committed us to this week. Because you then texted me and said, here's what we're doing next week.
Didn't seem like that much.
And I think it makes sense.
At the time.
I think it makes sense because we were over-leveled.
Yeah, we had to clean it up. It's a mess.
Do that last Star Street battle with the, whatever her name is. She's like a wrestler.
Raha.
She's like a wrestler. She's got like a weird face paint on.
Oh, no, it was Eerie. Infernal Eerie.
Irie. Yes. The fighting type.
She kept saying Raha.
Yeah.
That was like her battle cry. That's why I was confused.
And then the last three gyms, which was what were they?
Montenevera, Alfornada, and Glaseado.
Yes, Ghost, Psychic, and Ice. The last three main non-Elite Four gyms that we had to take care of.
Yes.
And I did it all.
Oh, me too.
I think that was a good course of study. But where did you begin your journey?
I started down in the West Province, Area 6, outside Alfornada, because the other two were up on the mountain.
I'm sorry to interrupt. I think there's something we have to do. And it feels silly to do it, but we've already kind of touched on it. And it was the bulk of my week this week.
Okay.
Not just bulk of my playing week, but bulk of my human week, man week. We should do level check.
We're going to do level check now.
My levels are out of control, and I did spend a lot of time this
It's like
week
embarrassing what you did.
just like running around with a ball of poop following me. And then I would get into fights with Bisharp, any Bisharp I could find, honestly.
Oh, because you were doing that other quest.
In like little valley right outside of the fighting star.
There were so many there.
Well, it's straight out. First of all, Relor would go away. Thank you for walking with me, Relor. But now it's Bisharp's time to come out.
Okay. All right. It's level check. Level check.
Should I go first?
I think clearly you're going first. I'm just like signposting to let you just have the runway that you need to like regale me and the bug catchers about how you ended up in this situation.
Here's what happened. There's a little valley right outside of where the Team Star fighting crew hangs out, whatever her name is.
Eerie.
There's a little valley, and that valley is full of like level 50 Pokemon. So it's a good place to train if you're looking to train.
Yeah, the trainers have not largely caught up, but the wild Pokemon have caught up in the wild area. So we can get that stinger back in there.
Yeah. I had 2 challenging guys Esteban Humano is dealing with.
Like problematic.
Not quite ready to come out of their shells.
Oh, they're just shy.
Or like...
standoffish.
Yeah, reserved.
Yeah.
And one of them, of course, like he woke up one day and he was a beetle. That will fuck with anyone's head, obviously. It takes a lot to come back from that.
I mean, that I think is probably the main hang-up that Gregor Samsa's been going through this season.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be this like suave, handsome, like tall, dark, and handsome guy, and now I'm a dung beetle.
Rick Bingo just has like a chip on his shoulder. His whole thing is like, I have to defeat these strong dads. That's my kink.
Whoa. I think I've seen that site.
I can't evolve until I defeat 3 strong dads. So that's what we got up to. I was running around this valley with a piece of poop following me. Fine. I've gotten used to that.
Yeah.
And I have to walk slow. Or else he pops back into my ball.
Did you take Greg's advice and do the thing where you just run around at Lavencia?
I've done it, man. I've done it.
One way or another.
I've run in circles for like 10 minutes. I was sitting and watching Pride and Prejudice and Zombies last night and just running in a circle, just trying to get this fucking thing to evolve.
There was a theory I saw, I think on the subreddit or maybe the Twitter, but a Bugcatcher said that maybe it's also like it needs to be all done in one shot.
I cracked the code.
Might have been the problem.
I cracked the code. Fuck all of you. I know the problem.
Okay, what's the problem? This wind up is crazy. Where are you going?
Here's my level check. Here's the first 2 of my level check. Gregor Samsa, Rabska.
I can't wait to see this thing. I haven't not looked it up.
Gregor Samsa, Rabska, level 67. Looks beautiful.
Oh, it's like a wizened dung beetle.
It sort of grosses me out.
Or is it not dung anymore?
Right. Well, I think it's right.
What is that?
Let's discuss.
Is this a guy still?
Well, he was never quite a guy.
Right. He was formerly a guy.
I think he's now a ghost. Hear me out. He evolved, finally. And here's what it took. I walked up the side of Glaseado Mountain with him.
Yeah.
At a snail's pace so he could keep up with me. And we were battling Pokemon the entire way up. And at the very top of Glaseado Mountain, there's like a trainer right before you get to the city where the ghost type gym is.
Montenevera.
And in that battle, I took Raylor out and I fought the guy and he leveled up in battle. And after that battle, he finally evolved into Rabska.
What a journey.
Same thing is true of King Gambit. It took bringing whatever he was called before King Gambit into battles with the daddy Bisharps and fighting them mano a mano instead of like Pokemon Go style where you're like sending them out to battle.
Yeah.
And it took like fighting 5 of them that way until Bisharp finally evolved into King Gambit.
Jesus.
So that's the trick, is it has to happen in battle, I think.
No, that's not right. You can use a rare candy.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I just ground these 2 fucking level Pokemon up to level 67 and 68.
I don't know about King
shits
Gambit,
and giggles.
but I can guarantee that Rabska's deal is not leveling up in battle, specifically.
Okay, well, that's how I did it. So finally, welcome to the team. Gregor Samsa, Rabska, level 67. Rick
Jesus
Bingo,
Christ.
King Gambit, level 68.
That's gross.
And everyone else was just around for the fucking ride. So Donna's car, Revel Room, level 64. Donna Baker, Meowscardo, level 62.
God.
Who only saw, like, the most minuscule action this week. I brought her out for, like, charity. Like, oh, Donna, you haven't been out this week. Come out and take a hit at Revel Room. And she died in 1 hit. I was like, great. Thanks, Donna. You're really holding your weight around here, carrying your weight.
Yeah.
Lady Beth, Armor Rouge, level 62. Unstoppable, godlike force. And then Fiona Eilish, Wellspring, Ogerpon, level 58, who just refuses to level, but is still extremely strong.
She's in the mix now. I mean, all but her are higher levels than any of my Pokemon.
That was my week, Joshua. That was my week. Crawling through this valley with a piece of poop.
That sucks.
Beating daddies up.
That's really rough.
And that's why we had to do level check early. What was your week like?
I had a quest my knights were trying to take on, and we simply ran out of time, but I know what I have to do and where I have to go.
Yeah.
But I did recruit a new knight.
Okay, let's discuss. Who is it?
Well, first of all, I should say the Black Knight, as it's been alluded to in these past few legs of the journey, was sort of going down a darker path than Don Joey is trying to go down. He wants noble knights, is what he's sort of decided here.
Yeah.
And the Black Knight is on his own journey, and it's down a darker path. So
sell him a gun.
He's out, but we did find another traveler in the dark of night.
Like Canterbury Tales.
Out on the slopes of Glaseado, we saw a shining beacon down the slope and couldn't make out what it was. And went down there, and,
Was it a Frigibax?
It was a Frigibax. And also,
I'm so glad you have one, and I'm so
officially Joshy's sweetie.
Eager to hear your justification for how it's on a team of noble knights.
He calls himself Arthur, and
because he's got the sword in his back.
He is on a quest to discover and pull out all of the black, ominous stakes in the ground, because he's searching for the Excalibur, is what he keeps ranting
what Greg
about.
Was explaining last week? That's what the stakes are for?
No.
Excalibur?
That's just the lore for Don Joey and
okay.
But I tried to go to history class, and I did it after I had some time today, and I was like, I got to go to history class. But I did it after the Team Star fighting crew, and I went to the academy, and I don't know if you had time for this, so I'll save it.
Well, we didn't discuss it, so I didn't do it.
Okay, so I'll save it for next week then, because I'm ahead in the storyline. There's a big reveal when I tried to go to class, and because of this reveal that I then had to deal with, I could not go to class, so I couldn't go to history, and I still do not know what's going on with the Black Stakes.
But it's just part of the narrative for Frigibax now.
Frigibax / now Arctibax, also Joshy's sweetie, is on his own journey that he's trying to collect these Black Stakes.
Just so beautiful, just so tender.
He's so cute when he comes out, and it's in a timer ball, so it's also fun.
Yeah, that's what Lady Beth is into.
And when he comes out, the Arctibax, he roars a little bit and then gets down on his haunches, ready to pounce like a velociraptor. Mm-hmm. It's just great.
Well done, Pokemon Company.
I saw a thread on the Scarlet and Violet subreddit.
Why are you doing?
Where somebody was just swinging against Baxcalibur, and they were like, "This whole line sucks.
You suck, guy.
Get some taste, person."
Yeah, what are you doing? Spending all your days on Reddit?
Yeah, you're just posting on the Scarlet and Violet subreddit to just rail against Baxcalibur when nobody was asking for that.
It's kind of my whole steez, actually, Josh.
And there were plenty of people who went into the replies and they were like, I like it. We're in the right side of history.
Yeah, that actually sounds like my replies.
You were probably in there. I should have given it a closer look.
No, I love Arctibax. I even like Baxcalibur.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not there yet.
Hoss-ass Pokemon. I don't know. And Frigibax, obviously, very cute.
So sweet. And guess who's 52? It's Arctibax. Arthur the Arctibax. Only level 52.
That's okay. I'll get there.
Still work to be done. And everything else, the rest of the crew remain the same. Rouncy Skeledirge, level 61. The Duke, Palmot, level 61. Lady Trish of Lavencia, Tinkaton, level 59. Fun in these locked battles, like any of the gym leaders, I think, and then the fight with the fighting crew where you can't move the camera, and sometimes the opposing Pokemon is so small that you can't even see anything except the big Gigaton hammer.
Or in the fight with the fighting type leader, when they do retaliate, and for some reason the camera's locked, so it doesn't do the full retaliate animation, so your camera just freezes for 10 seconds before cherry blossom petals will just start suddenly falling down from the sky, and it's
right.
This game is just a fucking wreck.
It's a wreck.
We'll get into it when we go through. Which gym leader made us do all the calisthenics?
God, the
Psychic.
Tulip Psychic, her assistant Dendra.
It was just broken.
Emotional sympathy whatever the fuck it was.
The emotional spectrum training.
That's it.
Was just broken for me, and it was fine. I got through it, but the camera just broke.
Yeah.
So all I saw was her assistant and just a little pink nipple, and the rest was just a shredded
Excuse
black.
me? Whose pink nipple?
Let's see if the
Well, you'll find it and we'll save it. We're not there yet.
It's just a wreck. This game's just a wreck.
There's 2 more people in the crew. It's Surge Angles, Como level 58.
Pokemon! This is the biggest game franchise in the fucking world. And this is one of your mainline AAA games. And it's just broken. And you're just fuck it. You'll play it, idiots.
Well, look at us. We're playing it.
I know. They're just spitting in our face.
We're not going to stop.
I like it. I think it's a good game.
It's fine enough. It's better than I thought. And I'm glad that we've sorted out our level problem. Well, you made a new level problem for yourself, but I got my levels into an area where now the battles have started getting challenging, which is fun. Cloudsire the Cloudsire, level 59. That's it. Okay, we're done. That's level check.
Lots to do this week, Joshua. First, let's bang out these fucking gyms. Obviously, we're so over leveled for these things. We have to go take care of these.
Psychic Alfornada was still pretty underleveled. This whole team I kind of need to talk about.
Let me see if I have this screenshot.
Let's talk about the gym test.
They send you out. They're like, okay, here's the thing. This is a calisthenics. Yeah, look, it's just fucking busted.
It's like a rhythm game.
Yeah, it's rhythm hell.
Oh, wow. Your screen that did not happen to me.
And just look at the little nipple. It was just bouncing around the entire time. It was just this little pink nipple.
Yeah, half of Tanner's screen was just mysteriously not working. And so the nipple is just the top of Metacham's head is all that you could see.
It goes into split screen, but for some reason, the other half of the opponent's split screen was also split. So all you can see is this tiny little top half of this Metacham nipple.
Normally, quite
the Metacham's head nipple.
Surmountable. All that you have to do is make an emoticon response to Dendra's emotion, and it's get excited, or
it's one of 4 emotions.
Get angry.
She'll do it. You all have to do it too. By you all, I mean you and the other people behind.
You never express yourself, Don Joey. We need to get in touch with the Joey at the center of Dawn.
Yeah, Joseph. Where's Joseph? Can we talk to Joseph?
What happened to Joseph?
The mama's sweet boy.
Mine worked.
Mine didn't, but I got through it. It sucked. And then you have to go fight
Tulip. Tulip is like a makeup influencer.
She's Taylor Swift. They made her look exactly like Taylor Swift.
She also looks like Taylor Swift. That's right. Yeah. And for any Swifties who listen, I think that's a compliment. We're going to say that's a compliment.
Please do not eradicate us off the face of the earth, Swifties.
Don't say it. We've said it twice now. If you say it 3 times, then they get summoned.
I'm not against you. I'm with you, and I'm not opposed to you in any way. I like Taylor Swift. I have nothing against her. I like Travis Kelce. I don't care. Leave me alone.
I'm dispassionate about the whole situation. Take it or leave it. I don't care.
They got this trainer. She's a beautiful, butterfly lady. She's got a very, pointy face, like Taylor Swift.
She had the thing like the Electric Girly gym leader, where she had these things on her outfit, and it's the weird flapping wings in this case instead of the Magnemites. And I want those. I want those also. What are they? Are they butterflies?
It's sentient costumes. It's they would seem to be move and react on their own, and they're the butterfly wings of one of the Pokemon. Motham. They look like Motham wings.
They were like Motham wings, yeah.
So she's got this beautiful Motham wing outfit.
She's on all these calls. She's making decisions. She's girl bossing.
Yeah.
She's got 2 Metacham assistants, and she's okay,
she's
I guess.
Hillary on her phone when she walks in, just sort of curbs us. Sorry, I'm too busy to talk to you right now. Oh, you're the gym challenger? I'll be with you in a moment.
Dendra said that I'm supposed to pencil you in.
Yeah.
And she's on the phone during the battle. Girl bossing.
She's got a Pokemon that I want to talk about.
I need to talk about all but one of these Pokemon.
Okay.
Gardevoir I don't need to comment on further, but I need to comment on the others.
It sounds like she has 4 Pokemon, and the 2 of us have something collectively to say about 3 of the Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I also have nothing to say about Gardevoir. It was just a normal Gardevoir.
Yeah, we don't need to go down that path any further.
But I have both a Sweetie and a Barfy in here.
Oh, I have a Sweetie and a Barfy also. Wait, are they going to be synced up, though? That's the real question.
On the count of 3, let's say who our Sweetie is first. Ready?
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Farigiraf. Well, nobody knows how to say it, but it's Farigiraf or Farigiraf. Sweetie.
Woo! What a good job, Pokemon Company. Of course.
Good job.
And you know what? I like that they're just having fun with Dun Sparse and now
Farigiraf. Yeah, having fun.
I love it.
Yeah, it just makes the back head consumes the front head, and it has this determined... The giraffe head has a determined look on its face.
It's like a giraffe wearing a hoodie.
The hoodie's sweet. The dumb chain chomp face remains cute. Longer neck, stronger legs. Very cute.
Absolutely loved it.
Yeah, great.
Do you want to say on the count of 3 who our Barfy was?
Yes.
All right. 1, 2, 3. Florges.
Espathra. Well, how should we tackle this?
Let's talk about Espathra first, because mine has a secondary segment attached to it.
Okay, that's troubling to hear.
Espathra, I have seen these
I just think it's gross.
Wild.
I hate them out in the wild. It's scary. It's like It's like a cassowary.
I don't know. I don't hate it, and I hate Pokemon.
You do hate a fair number of them.
I think it's like kind of a fetching looking like Lady Gaga emu.
No, it's not fetching. I just definitely don't think it's fetching.
I'm surprised to hear you say that it's a Barfy. I'm happy to come with you, but like I don't know. I don't hate it.
The eyes are terrifying. All these ruffles, like stupid color scheme. I just think it's ugly.
I'm happy to come with you on it. I hate it too. Fuck it.
Fuck it.
Fuck Espartha.
Espathra. It's the Spanish way pronouncing it.
Furaffinity.net.
Okay, no, you're logging in. Have we not done Florges before?
Log in.
It just feels like it's well-trodden ground.
I'm sure we have, but now in like stunning like 8K, its little bikini was, I don't know, it just like, it seemed sexier now, didn't it?
A lot of people seem to make Florges into like a mermaid.
Well, it is kind of a mermaid.
A very sexy mermaid.
Do you mean the Pokemon Company seems to make it into a mermaid?
Yeah.
Oh, this one's got a dick.
Everyone involved is making it into a mermaid.
Look at this.
You can just send me your choice picks because, like, I don't have the special admin privileges that you do, and I can't be bothered to even log in right now.
Can I save it? Oh, yeah, I can just save it.
Save it to your archives? I'll need that for later. Mm-hmm. Do we think they put a diaper on her? Because how would you even put a diaper on Florges?
Let me search for you. Florges diaper.
Oh, wow.
What do you think of that one I sent you?
It's a nice big dick.
It's weird, like the decision they made on the dick, isn't it? Not the decision I would make.
The placement is sort of confusing. Anatomically, there's a lot to work with, and there's a lot of different ways that people can sort of interpret where things would go or go into a Florges.
Here is an image. This is the only result that came up for a diaper.
What am I looking at?
Well, I have to explain.
I can't tell you what I'm looking at.
I have to explain.
Is this your original art? Because it's not
did a
quite
search.
as...
I have... Joshua, if you'll give me the runway, I'm happy to explain what you're looking at.
I think I've given you too much runway.
I sent you the only Google result that came back for the search term Florges diapers, okay?
Yeah.
This is what you asked me for. One image. It's a confusing image. It's black and white.
Black
it's a
and
line
white,
drawing.
Like someone drew it in preview.
Florges is like shopping and sort of laughing dismissively at, what is that?
Is it like a Galissapod? What is that?
I think it's a Galissapod. It's like a crawdad Pokemon of some sort. Don't you think?
Clauncher, maybe? Or what's the other one? Clawitzer?
Hard to say whatever it is.
But
anyway,
what are they even doing?
If you were, Joshua.
Okay.
If you were given the level of privilege and access that I've been given on furaffinity.net, you'd be able to see this link and see that the image is actually just an illustration of a very long story that someone has written in the description of this image. Very long story.
Let me guess. Does it conclude with Florges wearing a diaper?
No, but it's sort of like a pay pig situation where I think the Clawitzer is being publicly humiliated by carrying, I have only scanned it, by carrying home the diapers of Florges for like, adult sexual purposes, kink purposes.
Okay.
You're looking at it, you're like, how is this X-rated? But there's a lot of like humiliation and kind of kink fetish stuff involved in there too.
Huh.
So,
well, interesting.
That's where we're at. We're Fur Affinity this week, really digging into some of the kind of darker side of Florges, I think.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I dug into the darker side of Florges this week with Lady Beth and her incredible new ability.
What was that?
Armor Cannon.
Ooh, that sounds very gruesome.
Oh, it hits so hard. It's like I think it's 120 damage and 100% hit rate.
Damn.
Yeah.
5 PP?
Excuse me?
Is it 5 PP? Or you get 10 PP?
5 PP on that one, yeah.
I, on the dork side of things, also used my Arctibax has a dark-sided terrastallation.
Oh, that's kind of fun.
Yeah, and it's got crunch. So I did that to try to crunch the Florges, but the Florges killed him. He was only level like 48 or something. So then I had to just bring out
pathetic
the big guns, take her out.
Yeah. Who's the big guns? Tell me who the big guns were.
I was using...
After this break! Wow.
I kind of knew it was happening, but I couldn't stop.
Kind of saw that landmine in front of me, but here I am.
Legless.
Yeah, like blown up.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Joshua!
Tanner Yua.
Bugcatchers, welcome back. I beat her.
Yes. After we beat her, I think it's after this one, I think Rika introduces us to Poppy, who's a literal baby, and in the Elite Four.
First of all, you're like, Rika introduced us to Poppy, as if Rika and you were like close friends.
Oh, Rika I love, because she looks like La Rue, who's my queen.
Is La Rue the one who sang Bulletproof?
Yeah, I'm in my La Renaissance right now.
That's a hell of a song. Yeah.
Trying to bring her back. All of her albums are great.
Rika's not a known element to me, but apparently we've met her.
Yeah, we met her a few times.
Okay.
And she inflicts this child on us.
She's in the Elite Four.
I think Rika's in it too. I can't remember.
She's now introduced us to a few people, but now this week she introduced us to a toddler, a baby toddler.
Yeah, a toddler is in the Elite Four.
Yeah.
How would the child have had enough time to even get to the Elite Four level?
Like a savant, I guess, right?
You know, in her tiny child life. Like 4 at the most, maybe, years old.
It's a pretty challenging circumstance they've put in front of us. Poppy, let me look. Let me look up her age.
Does it say how old she is?
She's 9.
Oh, 9?
She does not look 9. She looks 3.
Yeah, 9 is wrong. She does not come off as 9 at all.
The Pokemon Wiki, fandom wiki, God bless you, tireless volunteers, but I don't know if I trust the volunteers at the fandom wiki.
Bulbapedia says 9 as well.
Okay, well, then I trust it. She doesn't look 9, she looks 3.
Oh, I guess in the Indigo Disc, there will be a line where Poppy says, I'm 9 years old. That's old enough to go to Naranja.
I guess.
Or Uva Academy if I wanted to. Like, so she hasn't even been run through the fucking academy?
Maybe she's like a Nepo baby.
Yeah, it must be.
She's like someone's kid.
Probably fucking Clavel's.
Yeah.
He's so crooked anyway.
Ugh, we saw a lot of Clive this week, too.
Yeah, a lot of Clive. No, we're not there yet. We got to do Montenevera.
Montenevera! So then we have to climb this fucking Glaseado mountain with a piece of poop following us most of the way.
At least one of us.
And we get to the top, and there's a beautiful little Christmas village up here.
I loved Montenevera.
Yeah, beautiful. It was like Veil.
There's like lots of little candles. It's kind of spooky, but like inviting at the same time.
Yeah, it's like a ghost type town. Yeah, it's like a ghost party.
The whole town's ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost party.
Mountainous lavender town.
It's a really tiny town, except for most of the town is a huge stage.
Because the gym leader is Rhyme and she's a DJ. But we can't get into that yet. We have to do the gym test, which is that we need to warm the crowd up and get them hyped.
Here's what I want gym tests to be.
I like this gym test.
Not a broken rhythm game.
Fair enough.
I want them to be double battles, which is what this was. It was like, get on stage and do like 3 double battles. Great.
One of which, again, is against a child.
And the last double battle is MC Sledge, who's like this stoner guy.
Then we get to the main act, which is DJ Rhyme.
Yeah, she's cool.
Gym leader Rhyme, the MC of RIP, which I like that qualifier. And she's got a cool look.
She's got a cool look. And at some point, she's like doing a concert and there's like a bunch of tombstones in the crowd. And you realize that it's that tombstone dog Pokemon.
I love the reveal.
They all start to like surface. She's like, oh, we partied so hard, we rose the dead. It was like, that's rad. What you just said was rad.
What's all this noise I'm hearing? This crowd's so loud it could wake the dead.
Cool thing to say.
And like her finale is all the Grievards rise up.
Yes.
She had a pretty devastating like diss with this guy who she was fighting while we were like getting prepared for our battle with her. And he goes, listen up, Rhyme. Your reign ends here. You're going to get rung up by this pro cashier. And then she goes, Pro cashier? Well, I'm about to check out. Must have got your rhymes on deep discount. I was like, holy shit.
Pretty good.
And then she says, please, you think you can step to my game? Fool, I got rhyme right there in my name. I'm a specter from which there is no protector, and victory unto me you will render when the crowd sees you are a mere pretender. That one's a little clunky.
Harder. Yeah, that one's tough. Maybe she could deliver it well. You didn't deliver it well. That's fine. You're not a rapper.
Well, maybe they should add some fucking voice acting to these games at this
Pokemon
point.
Game.
And then I don't have to make it up.
Do it, Pokemon Company, you cowards. I'll do it for you. I'll do all the voices.
Dead or alive, let's make this a vibe. That's a good one. She says that right before you battle.
I'm not afraid to do accents. I'll do them.
You probably should be afraid of doing accents. And I don't think that I would recommend you don't do any accents.
Okay. I'm being told, sorry, Pokemon Company, I'm being told by my attorney I shouldn't be doing accents.
Except we said the Italians and people from Long Island, as we established, that's fine.
Let's finish a conversation that I started earlier and neglected to finish, which is I had a bug type Pokemon on my team called a Rellor.
Right.
When I got to the top of the hill, right before this gym, I fought a guy, and that guy helped Rellor evolve into Rabsca, who's still bug.
Right. Yeah.
So I got through this gym, no problem. I used my bug type moves to kill her.
I had Skeledirge, just Shadow, or Hex. Will-O-Wisp, and then Hex, everybody. But I will say this, even though I was still slightly over-leveled for her opener is Mimikyu and Banette. And she does an opener of Shadow Sneak and Sucker Punch. So both of my Pokemon were not able to attack on the first round, which I think if I was closer to her levels would have been more devastating than it was. But it was like a good move. It's a respete.
Now let's talk about Rabsca. Because while Rabsca did carry me through this gym, Rabsca is a challenging Pokemon because Rellor was certainly not a guy. It was a bug.
Yeah.
That's okay. He was a guy, and he woke up a beetle. I'm pretty sure Rabsca is like a psychic ghost, and I'm pretty sure that the pile of poop has become a like floating psychic ghost eye.
It's like sentient.
And that the beetle has almost become like a dead husk attached to it. It no longer rolls the poop around. It floats like a ghost. And the eye is like kind of the eye of Sauron.
I mean, that seems like a upgrade for his lifestyle. He doesn't have to push it anymore.
It did help me get through this gym, you know, and I'm willing to, like, obviously with Gregor Samsa, more than anyone, I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But is Rabsca still a guy? I mean, maybe he's more of a guy. Maybe he's more of a guy because he's pure human psychic energy.
And he has like wizened like whiskers.
Yeah, that's true.
I think that's what it looks like, is that he's got facial hair.
I'm saying the bug has sort of become ancillary, and now he's just like a pure psychic being.
But if Gregor Samsa, if we can get Kafka-esque for a second, if Gregor Samsa originally was a guy who then woke up in a dung beetle's body,
okay,
even if he evolves, does his essence not remain the same, that he is in his heart of hearts and in his soul a guy?
Sorry, I couldn't hear much of what you were saying because I'm on the Bulbapedia page.
I'm trying to philosophize here.
And I don't know when this happens, but apparently Rabska can grow a baby inside of the piece of poop.
No, how would that be coming into play? Are you still on Fur Affinity?
No, I'm on Bulbapedia, and I won't read the 2 blocks of text above it, but under the biology section, there's an image of Rabska with like a glowing poop fetus inside of the thing that it's rolling up.
Oh, and this is canon.
The caption is an infant inside Rabska's ball. So that's definitely a guy.
Whoa, what?
If it can create humans, it's like the original guy.
Is this in the anime or something? Or like, why would they even be covering this?
He's like the progenitor of guys. We all come from Pokemon and we're all coming from Rabska eggs.
Oh, it's challenging to think about.
Maybe that's what Kafka was eventually going to get to. Had they let him like finish the book the way he wanted to.
With the sequel.
Yeah.
If he gotten to do a sequel to Metamorphosis.
All right.
Well, sit on that, bug catchers. Think about that one.
Smoked him. Just mopped up in here. Embarrassment.
I did like that the Toxtricity, its terraform was Ghost, and the Ghost looks like the Marowak's Ghost sprite from Lavender Town in Red and Blue.
Yeah,
I like that.
That's cool.
That's a nice Easter egg. Nice touch.
A little further up the mountain, Joshua, especially if you jump on the back of Koraidon.
I got so lost trying to get up to Glaseado's peak, which is where this last gym is. I just felt like a complete idiot.
Also, I'll say this about Koraidon's rock climb ability. It's like pretty fucking spotty.
It's very spotty.
When you jump at the side of a mountain and hit B to like rock climb up the side of the mountain, I would say 75% of the time, Koraidon will instead slide down the side of the mountain.
And it's hard to even tell if it's like, oh, does the slope need to be on some certain incline? Is this like slight discoloration supposed to be indicative of like that it's ice so we can't climb it? I don't know, but I like
one of those little hiccups.
Hemmed and hawed and did manage to get up there. And then I got lost several times going from like the gym test entrance area to finding where the actual gym battle arena is.
Yeah.
And this is not really a town. It's like a chalet.
No, it's just the gym battle arena and like the gym and like a little checkpoint where you have to go do the second type of Pokemon gym test that I find acceptable.
I liked this one.
Which is pure novelty. Don't make me do something that feels like a chore. Either make me do battles or make me do something that's totally new to me. And they did something totally new to me this week, which I thought was pretty fun.
Oh, me too.
No, sorry. It wasn't fun. It was okay.
It was all right. I mean, it wasn't as good as like sliding down the mountain with your shield in Zelda Twilight Princess, but similar kind of vibes.
And it's certainly not as good as sliding down the race course against the penguin in Super Mario 64.
No, not at all.
That is kind of the mood it's trying to capture.
Yeah, you have to go down the slopes on Miraidon.
Yep. Go through some gates.
And hit certain posts. And you do that.
Yeah.
And then you do the battle, and this battle was nothing. I mean, I have so much fighting and fire on my team that an ice one. And my levels were like pretty close at this point, but there was just nothing. I can't even remember what's the name of the gym leader?
Oh, I actually liked her. She was kind of cool.
I thought this was anticlimactic for a final gym, though.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Ice is not difficult to deal with. They're famously
Ice is not difficult and
fragile.
And she was not difficult.
Grusha?
Yeah, Garusha.
Garusha.
She's like a shy girl.
Yeah, her look was fine. I mean, in general, I think all of these gym leaders had pretty good looks, except Brassius, who I hate, because he's a no-talent hack, and his art is embarrassing.
Really coming out of the gates against Brassius.
Maybe it's improving now that he's got Cookie, the Arboliva, as his muse, but I'm not going to go back to Artisan to find out.
Hammered this stupid ice-type lady with All of my tough Pokemon.
Frosmoth, still looking great.
Oh,
God,
beautiful.
love the design on that thing.
Sweet beauty.
So elegant. Beertick, not elegant. Satitan, which I also very much liked. And Altaria.
Oh, yeah. I like Satitan. Yeah.
I like Satitan. I saw some more Citadels out there. She's got one that's like her buddy. They make great sounds. I like the look.
I like Citadel and Satitan. I think they're both cute.
Yeah, grown on me.
I like the soft pink and the soft blue. It's nice.
Very soothing to look at.
Then after we get all 8 gyms done, Nimona and the like champion of champions, whatever her name was.
La Primera.
La Primera. Come and they're like, hey, you did it. Congratulations. You're ready to go take on the Elite Four. It's like, great. I've already met all of them, and one of them is a literal baby.
Yeah, I'm not like feeling too
I'm
intimidated.
not shaking in my boots here. Also, La Primera at one point was like, Nimona's finally excited to have someone at her like caliber to challenge within the like Champions League. And it's like, what do you mean her caliber? Every time I face off with her, I've crushed her with like usually one Pokemon, and usually it's my worst Pokemon, which is a car.
You're completely overleveled, and also she's not using her like champion team.
That's what she says. She says, I'm gonna go
She's
calibrate.
clearly articulated multiple times that she's not given us her best yet.
I got a prediction for how that battle's gonna go, Josh, and I think it's gonna go in favor of Esteban Umano.
It's gonna go your way, you think?
Yep.
Okay.
Let's go face off against this fighting type Star Crew.
You've tried to take this base several times, it seems like.
This was a challenging battle. Even the like 30 Pokemon Star Crew shit, sending out your Pokemon to do battles.
Yeah.
That was even a little challenging. I had to refresh it every single vending machine.
You've got a fighting problem.
Sorry, this was last week or 2 weeks ago when I first tried it.
Oh, right. But now your levels are unhinged.
Yeah, I was unstoppable. I was an unstoppable force.
This was not the prettiest, but the design of this base was probably the most interesting. You like follow a winding path and they're throwing out Primapes and Haluchas and Passimians and et cetera, et cetera.
Yep.
I'm yearning to have a psychic type, which I don't have coverage, but I did have plenty of fairy moves to be using against them. But the battle with the Infernal Eerie was a real battle. And she's got 55s and 56. So I was right in there.
She's not super easy. And then her fucking like Reveroom is also just like tough.
So the Reveroom for me should have been more challenging.
Calf Starmobile.
The Calf Starmobile kept using shift gears, and it allowed me to pop off 2 outrages from my Como-O.
Oh, yeah.
That got it down so low that by the time it started using actual attack moves, I just killed it.
Yeah.
But I thought the Calf Starmobile was going to be harder, but she just like made a tactical error, bumping up its speed too much.
She's got Toxicroak, Passimian, Annihilate, Lucario, and Reveroom. And of course, I always pop out Donna's car first, get my 2 toxic spikes out.
Gotta.
And that works on almost everyone, except Lucario didn't work on for some reason.
Because it's steel type. It's part steel type.
Oh, and Reveroom it didn't work on because it's steel type.
Yeah, dumb.
But it worked on everyone else, and it works really well on everyone else.
Well, it wouldn't have worked on Toxicroak because it's poison.
Toxicroak was the first one out, so it wouldn't have worked on Toxicroak
right. So
anyway.
Toxicroak put up a good fight. It took out Trish, and then I swung in there with Como-O and Trish were like, Como-O and Tinkaton were my main 2 on this because I resurrected Tinkaton while Como-O was out, but then I brought Tinkaton out against Passimian, and then Passimian killed it also. Annihilate, hell of a design. Love what they've done there.
It's like a ghost fighting?
It's ghost fighting, and its lore, I think its Pokedex entry is also that it's a Primeape that, if I recall correctly, a Primeape that got so fucking pissed that it, like, died.
Relatable.
And this is, like, it's still angry, reanimated, like, corpse.
Yeah, that's the plot of 13 Ghosts with Shaggy from Scooby-Doo. Matthew Lillard.
I'm sure everyone has seen that. You've referenced 13 Ghosts on this show before.
That's a good movie.
And I still haven't seen it.
It's the plot.
Annihilate.
The 13 Ghosts are so angry that their spears are still attached to this earth, stuck in a house.
Yeah, I know all about the house that they're stuck in because you told me about it last time.
Why don't you watch the fucking movie and then you'll know all about it?
I'm going to clear time in my movie list to watch 13 Ghosts.
Why not?
You would say it's that good.
No, but I would say it's an hour and a half of your life and you'll be a richer, fuller person and have something to relate with one of your closest friends on.
Fine. I'll put it on the list. I can't guarantee when it will happen.
It's got, first of all, Tony Shalhoub's in it. Matthew Lillard's in it.
I don't care about Matthew Lillard being in it, but Tony Shalhoub, now that's interesting.
And a bunch of other people.
I will make the Spotify question. The poll for this episode will be for the bug catchers to say whether or not
Should Joshua watch 13 Ghosts?
Okay, well, I was going to ask them if it's any good, but I guess I'll ask them if I should watch it. But we all know how that election's rigged.
Not good. It's not worth watching because it's good. It's worth watching because it's a cultural moment.
Because I need to support Matthew Lillard and Tony Shalhoub.
Thank you.
Okay. Beat her.
I beat her.
And let's take a little time to... What's the unraveling here, the rest of the story? So
these kids were all...
they were on an anti-bullying campaign, and then they became the bullies, except...
Yeah.
One of them is here, and she was like a cool girl who bullied them, then Eerie let her into...
She kind of confirmed that what they were doing was not bullying. What they were doing was like... I don't know, like scared straight. Like they were like, it was motivating.
Yeah, it's scared straight. That's it.
It was motivating for these kids. And a lot of them got a lot out of it. And who am I to like interfere with that, you know?
Yeah.
Like live your truth, live your best life, you people. But we did kind of fuck with that. Clive is here and he's like, okay, this is great. These kids will all end up back in the academies. Uvo and Naranja.
Yeah,
but
that's
we
it.
get a call then. And then, so Clive's like, my work here is done. I think never reveals that it's Clavwell.
And like has a conversation with Cassiopeia.
Yeah, because Cassiopeia then calls us.
She's come around on Clive/Clavel. It's like, job well done, boys.
Cassiopeia's like, good job. You've defeated the Star Clan, but for one.
The big secret boss.
There's a big secret boss of the Star Clan.
Who's challenged us to a battle at midnight in like the town square in Mesa Goza.
And that boss is me. I'm Cassiopeia.
Oh, who would have thought? Cassiopeia is secretly the big boss.
And now you've already done this battle. I haven't, so we'll save it for next week.
Yes.
But this is the big battle, right?
I think so.
Is this going to let me upgrade my Rever Room?
I mean, if you become the new boss, I think if you kill
happy to
Cassiopeia, then
yeah, I'm happy to.
You wear her skin.
Fine.
Yeah.
Well, I'll look forward to doing that.
We've learned that works from in D&D, so.
That's it for us then, Joshua, this week. That's everything we ticked off the list this week. But next week, I think we'll go face off against Cassiopeia.
We will close out or see what comes next for Starfall Street and the Path of Legends. So we will do the showdown with Cassiopeia, the showdown with Billy, aka Arvin.
Yep, Arwen.
And presuming we can't follow those threads to their full conclusion quite yet, we will do the showdown with the Elite Four, and we will find out what that tiny baby Poppy has in store for us.
That's on the agenda for all of us next week. Those two loose threads, those two big, like, yarn threads.
See what's going on with the end games.
Great, Joshua. That sounds good. That sounds much more reasonable than 3 gyms and a fucking elite star base.
Yes, please.
Thanks, Greg.
There's other games I'd like to play.
Joshua, bug catchers, thank you for joining us this week. This has been Experience Shared Pokemon Podcast. My name has been Titiner.
I think that's it.
A.k.a. Tanner Greenring, and I'm joined as always by my co-host, Fielorgus.
Florges.
A.k.a. Joshua Fielstead. Please do rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and everywhere that you rate and review podcasts. And do follow the show everywhere that you follow podcasts. And do follow us at EXPSharePod on Instagram, Threads, X, wherever. That's our name in places.
Yeah, it's always that, except for Reddit, where it is reddit.com/r/bugcatchers. And merch, that one is expsharepod.com.
Please don't get too pulled into Reddit and don't end up on like the Violet and Scarlet subreddits. Like,
I'm not part of the community, but it shows up in my
do
algorithm.
not follow the same dark path that Josh went down.
A lot of bad opinions in there about Baxcalibur.
All right, Joshua, I will see you next week. Bug catchers, I will see you next week. Until then, I will say,
Hasta la vista.
Hasta la vista. Yep. Thank you.
Adios.
Adios.
Alola.
Alola.
Whatever the opposite of konnichiwa was.
Konbanwa.
And bottom of the episode to you.
Thank you for remembering all of those. Goodbye.
And smell you later.